guys, welcome back to Mark Anthony's Music Picks, episode 7. I hope you like my new intro. My friend David, aka Shady Monk, whipped that up for me. He made the visual and also the little 15-second soundbite. So I'm trying to spruce up my channel. I think that'll really help. But for this week, I have two new titles that I want to go over that just came out in the past week, and I have two classics that I want to review. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was this Nina Simone record, and this is on Joe Claussell's Sacred Rhythm / Circuit label. It's really nice colored vinyl. I try, like I said in my previous episode, I try to stay away from colored vinyl, but specifically for orange and purple, I just go for it. I don't know why. But in regards to Joe Claussell, he's the reason I bought this, not because I'm a Nina Simone fan. But Joe is one of the most prolific house producers that's ever hit the scene. He's been doing his sound for the last 15, 20, 30 years easily. And I can kind of, after following his music for so long, I can kind of break his sound into two different aspects. He's got his disco side and he's got his house side. I personally have no aversions to disco, but I generally don't like it except for some of like the absolute classics. But Joe, when he does house tracks, those are the ones that I always buy. I always grab them because he has a trademark sound where he goes off in these jam sessions. He's got drums and bongos flying every which way. He starts wailing on the synthesizer and he just goes for 10 minutes. I love long tracks. I like just sitting here and letting something play. I end up listening to records more now than I DJ as I've gotten older, so a long track to me is a 10-minute vacation from having to get up out of this seat. So I do recommend this. If you like when Joe gets nasty and plays, when he builds like a peak time house stormer, check out the Claussell remixes on this. And that's not to say that the Timmy Regisford remix is to be ignored or dismissed either. That one is also very good. So again, that's Nina Simone, Blackbird, Claussell, and Regisford remixes, and I'll put a link down below as usual so you can go and check it out. As of the moment I'm posting this, you can still get it on his Bandcamp site. I haven't seen it up on Juno yet. The next title that I want to go over with you guys is by a Detroit mainstay, Delano Smith, and this is his brand new Deeper Fundamentals EP. I guess it's a 4-tracker. I was drawn to the cover art. I like that he's got freaking laser beams coming out of his eyes. It's pretty cool, and more importantly, I like the tracks that are on it. The A1 is classic Delano Smith. I mean, actually all of Delano Smith is classic Delano Smith because he has a trademark sound. He's just like the other Detroit guys like Mike Huckabee and Rick Wade. They have a sound where you can tell it's them, and they just do different permutations of it, but it's so inoffensive, so punchy, and so classic that it could have been made in 1990 or the year 2030. You're not going to know the difference because these guys just bring it. But the all-star track on there is the B1 that has the vocal. I think that is going to be the one that if you look on Discogs a couple years from now or 10 years from now, you'll see people chiming in about how nice that B1 is. So if you like Delano Smith and you like that punchy yet smooth classic Detroit house / techno sound, definitely check out Delano Smith Deeper Fundamentals Volume 1. In terms of classics, I want to transition to this album here, genre switch, going a little bit dub techno, ambient. I want to talk about Gas a little bit. Gas is a Wolfgang Voigt alias, and this is, I think if you're going to buy one Gas release, if you don't have any and you want to buy one, just pick up Non-Ferned. First of all, the cover art is possibly the best cover art that I've ever seen. If you look at the back, you could just get lost in this. The color combination and the theme is just so freaking cool. I love it. And his sound, I've said this before, it sounds like he's performing in a canyon or a valley and there's fog and you're a half mile away and you can only hear him from a distance. he sounds like he's always far away. You can sort of hear the kick in the tracks that have a kick. Actually, all the tracks on here do have a kick. Some gas tracks don't. This one has kicks all the way through, and you can really get hypnotized in it. I don't know how he came up with this sound. I think it's completely unique to gas. There's nobody else that sounds like this guy. He must have just had a brainstorm one day when, you know, fiddling around with his equipment and just made it. And he was releasing on that label Mille Plateau. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. He was releasing for years and nobody noticed him. And then I guess around 2010, he finally got some attention and blew up. He's a great artist. I also want to say I don't think you need every Gas album. I think you can just buy Not Un Fern and maybe pick one other one. I mean, they all have cool cover art, so I can see why you would want to buy them all. Or maybe you just pick up the box set, but you don't need all of them because although his sound is awesome, it's very much the same. And I'll be honest, as much as I listen to them, I can't tell them apart. I know that they're different because I'm switching the record, but I wouldn't be able to ID one even though I've listened to them 10 or 20 times. But that being said, it's still a badass sound, and I recommend it for anybody that likes to chill and just like totally zone out. That's what you're gonna get with that. And last but not least is a really obscure title that I wanted to go over with you guys. It's by P. Laoss, and it's called the Bamboo Mat EP. This came out on a label called Pronounce, which is now defunct. It came out in, I think, 2010 maybe. I could be wrong off by a couple of years on that. But it's a really cool house record. It's the only one that Pronounce ever released on vinyl. I think they have 3 or 4 other CD albums that they did, including that Starlight Drift CD, which was really cool. But it has like a very cozy, sitting in a blanket kind of feeling to it. And it also has very sneaky, just absolute tiny touches of dub techno in it. So I'll admit to you guys that it costs a lot. You're looking at probably 50 to 100 to get a hold of it because the label's defunct, and I think people have caught on to the fact that it's one of those good records that'll sit in your collection for a long time. But I do highly recommend P. Laoss. You could check out his other titles. I think this is the one where he hit the strongest. So if you guys give it a listen, let me know what you think. So that's it for today's episode. Looking forward to recording some more, and be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you want sound samples, again, down below, I'll give you links to everything on Discogs, and have a great day.